last session, we have gone through the human interaction. So in the last session, we have gone through the human interaction with the computers, the golden rule, okay, human interaction with the computer from the early stages to the current stages, and then human characteristics in the design. Okay, in the last session, we started with the last part. We started with this particular topic, that is human characteristics in design. Okay, so, so today we are going to cover two topics. Like one is the human characteristics in design. The one we have already started in the last session, and I think we covered the first one, that is perception. After that, memory. After that, sensory storage. Then visual acuity. Okay, so these 4 points were covered in the last session only, and in this particular session we're going to cover the remaining 5 or 6 points, okay, which are the different human characteristics which are required in design. Okay, just try to understand that even this particular subject is a dry one. Okay, and then this particular one you will find all the things related to the theory only. Okay, you won't find anything which is analytics, okay, which is analysis part, which is some sort of calculation part. The only one thing which you will find is the designing part. Okay, so you the things will be given to you, and like you will have to draw this thing and this thing and this thing and so on. Okay, so there's only one interesting thing, that is the design part. If you will take it as an interesting one, then only. Okay, but everything is like, from my perception this is the dry subject. But still, if you will just try to do only one thing, that okay, just try to remember the points, just try to remember the keywords, okay, which are important, then your job is done. Because when you remember the keys, then absolutely you will have a good idea about those particular keys. And if you have a good idea about those keywords, then you can easily write down the answer of those questions also. Okay, so remember, even this particular, just remember my words, even this particular subject is a dry one, and you are getting so much bored in this particular subject. But still, I say that okay, at least go through the important points, okay, whatever we are learning. Okay, so at least first thing you will remember the topic, second thing you will remember about the subtopics and their keywords. Okay, and the last thing, the important जैसे कि कुछ points होते हैं. Okay, and you will find advantages, disadvantages, like ऐसे जैसे points. So if you remember at least these things now, so then it will be very easy for you. Okay, otherwise what will happen, see the situation, see the last minute situation will be like, you will be struggling, and you will be learning so many topics, and you will be asking me, sir please, important question दो, important question दो. So it will be like बहुत सारा mess up हो जाएगा. So ऐसा मत करो. एटलीस्ट कम से कम थोड़ा सा, अगर कभी जो पॉइंट्स हो रहे हैं उनको आपने कॉन्सेंट्रेट कर ली, दैट योर जॉब इज डन, आई से. Okay, so this is from my part. Okay, this is from my side, but still it is in your hand, okay, how you are going to cover this particular subject. Okay, so today we are going to cover these two topics, like human characteristics in the design, that what are the different characteristics which are required in human being, in a human, okay, for designing a product or for designing a model. Okay, एक आदमी में जो कि डिजाइनर है, उसमें क्या चीजें होना चाहिए, सो दैट के आपके जो डिजाइनिंग है तो उसके अंदर हमको हेल्प मिले. Okay, so that's a very common. So we have gone through different characteristics of a human. The very first one was, you can see, perception. Okay, the first one was perception, then second one was memory. Okay, we have gone through sensory memory, then short term memory, and the long term memory. The process of moving or converting information from short term memory, जो कि यहाँ पर है आपके short term memory, to long term memory is called as learning. Okay, so अगर किसी ने पूछा what is learning, so learning basically moving information from your short term memory into long term memory. Okay, अरे भाई कोई चीज अगर आप बार बार करेंगे तो क्या होगा, आप कोई चीज लर्न करेंगे ना, और लर्न होगा तो वो ऑब्वियसली वो आपके लॉन्ग टर्म मेमोरी में चले जाएंगे. आपने रीड किया 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6, like that. Okay, so you do number of time. Okay, in your school days you used to do like anything. Okay, आप इसको number of times को repeat करते थे. क्यों रिपीट करते थे? ताकि आपके वो शॉर्ट टर्म मेमोरी से लॉन्ग टर्म मेमोरी चले। इवन इफ आई आस्क यू दैट के 2 4s are how much? Okay, so you will easily say 2 4s are 8. Okay, because it is now in your long term memory. You can recall it anytime. Okay, like this. So we learned about the memory, and after that sensory storage, then visual acuity. This visual acuity commonly refers as a clarity of vision. Okay, for that example, I've given one example. Like you can see this image. Okay, if I ask you to point at the zero, okay, then you will find this is the fixation point. This is the root point. Okay, where you will be easily see. Okay, your concentration will be more because your zero is placed in the center of the image. Okay, and in order to see that particular zero, you need more focus, you need more clarity, you need more visual acuity. Okay, so with this particular example, we can easily understand now what is visual acuity. It's a clarity in vision. Okay, then second, the next is foveal and peripheral vision. Okay, this is regarding the vision because हम बोलते हैं ना, बास की नजर, आपकी जो है ना डिजाइनर की नजर किसकी होनी चाहिए? एकदम शार्प विजन होना चाहिए. Sharp vision in terms of these two, foveal and peripheral vision. Okay, so foveal is basically a direct, or we can say direct फोकस, डायरेक्ट फोकस. और पेरिफेरल विजन आपका ऐसा विजन जिसके अंदर के मतलब के उसके जो एनवायरनमेंट की चीज है, आसपास की चीज है, उसकी तरफ फोकस. ओके, सो बेसिकली जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल यू कैन सी, अभी यहाँ पर अभी मैं कुछ इमेज में आपको एक एग्जांपल दे नहीं सकता. क्या आप दे सकते हैं? आप अपने आसपास में कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट है, ओके, whatever object which is placed nearby you, okay, and that particular object can be seen by you. So if you look at that particular object, then what will happen? Okay, so if one mobile is placed, okay, you have put your mobile in front of your table. Okay, आपने टेबल पर अपना मोबाइल सिर्फ रखा and आप just उसको फोकस कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, so right now your focus, if someone calls you, then you will focus on your mobile, not on the table, not on the pen which is placed beside of your mobile phone, and not on the fan, not on the socket. Okay, not on the sleepers which are placed over there. Okay, so like your concentration will be like, your vision will be like foveal vision. Okay, so direct focus on something, on the object to which you are looking at. Okay, and the peripheral vision is nothing but the vision where you are concentrating on something, but you are concentrating on the environment or the object which are placed aside of that particular main object. ठीक है, तो थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस आप लोग समझ सकते हैं. So foveal vision is used to focus directly on something, but your peripheral vision senses anything in the area surrounding the location we are looking at. Okay, so दोनों में दोनों में फर्क है. फर्क इस बात का है कि एक डायरेक्ट फोकस देगा और एक आपका एनवायरनमेंट पे फोकस करेगा. एक डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट पे फोकस करेगा, एक विजन. तो ये दोनों कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स हमारे, फॉर एग्जांपल बोलते हैं ना, कोई कोई हमारे जो बड़े बूढ़े होते थे तो वो बोलते थे, मार्केट बेचते थे कुछ चीज आपको सामान लाने के लिए. So used to go in the market and if we half kg of tomato. Okay, तो आप गए और हाफ kg of tomato लेकर लाने के बाद में फिर आपको पूछेगी, अच्छा मतलब प्याज का क्या भाव था, ओनियन का क्या भाव था. तो आप बोलोगे नहीं मैंने तो पूछा नहीं. आपको पूछेंगे कि अच्छा दाल का क्या भाव था, आप बोलेंगे वो भी मैंने नहीं पूछा. अच्छा मार्केट में और कौन कौन सी शॉप्स लगी थी, आप बोलेंगे वो भी मैंने नहीं देखा. ठीक है, बेसिकली आपने क्या किया, आपने फोवियल विजन यूज किया, बट दिस इज नॉट द वे. ओके, एज अ डिजाइनर यू मस्ट हैव अ फोवियल विजन एंड द पेरिफेरल विजन ऑल्सो. जैसे कि हमारे बड़े बुजुर्ग बोलते थे कि आप अगर जा रहे हो कोई एक चीज लेने तो आप कम से कम बिना, जैसे कि आप टोमेटो लेने जा रहे हो तो आप पोटैटो और ओनियन और दूसरी भाजी और बाकी सबका भाव पूछ के, आपको लेना नहीं लेकिन बस पूछ किया. ठीक है, दैट्स आपको जिसको बोलते हैं दूर का, बोलते हैं ना विजन. तो इट्स अ पेरिफेरल विजन. योर ऑब्जेक्ट वाज ओनली टोमेटो वाला जो था, उसका आपका जो एग्जैक्ट जो फोकस था उस पे ऊपर था. बट आपने क्या किया, आस पास में जितने सब्जी वाले सबसे भाव था वो पूछ किया, देख कर आया और कौन सी भाजी, अच्छा आज फिश भी आई है, अच्छा आज ये भी आया. ओके, सो इन दिस वे यू कैन हैव अ पेरिफेरल विजन. I'm just giving one example so that you will understand, you will remember at least. Okay. So peripheral vision can aid visual search, but can also be distracting. तो बेसिकली अगर आपका पेरिफेरल विजन आपको हेल्प तो करेगा, लेकिन साथ साथ में आपके मेन ऑब्जेक्ट से आपको डिस्ट्रैक्ट भी करेगा. ठीक है, सिंपल है. Peripheral vision is thought to provide clues to where the eye should go next in the visual search of the screen. अब मार्केट में आपने टोमेटो के बाद में आपने अपने बाजू में पूछ लिया ओनियन का भाव, ओनियन को 30 रुपीज के जी, आप लोगों ने आइला 30 रुपीज के जी, मतलब बहुत सस्ता मिल रहा है. आपने घर पे फोन लगाया, आपने घर पे फोन लगाया और बोला कि देखो मम्मी अभी ना ओनियन मिल रहा है, अभी तो रेट तो 50 का चल रहा है लेकिन अभी 30 में मिल रहा है. ठीक है, तो मैं ले लेता हूँ 1 किलो. आप मम्मी बोलेगा हाँ लेते. ठीक है, तो ये एक कभी कभी फायदा भी हो जाता है. ठीक है, आपके पेरिफेरल विजन का. So peripheral vision is thought to provide clues to where the eyes should go next in the vision. We can take this example, or we can take one example of the website or an application. Okay, so we have a website. Okay, in that particular website, our website will guide us that we should go, or where should be the what should be the next click. Um, I mean to say. मतलब ये पर्टिकुलर स्क्रीन के बाद में where should I go?
So something will be provided to you. एक सेकेंड.
Okay, बात कभी कुछ कॉल्स आते हैं अननोन नंबर से तो देखना पड़ता है. Okay, so we're talking about the foveal and peripheral vision. Actually we are investing so much time, too much amount of time on this particular topic. चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. The next is भाई इतना ही है. The next is information processing. Okay, so this is the next characteristics which every designer must have, like information को process करते आना चाहिए. Okay, it is basically a processing of information. In simple words, we can say in any manner detectable by an observer. Okay, in whatever manner you are processing the information, that should be detectable by the observer or the person who is looking at the particular thing. Okay, so we have two levels of information processing. One is the higher and second is the lower level. Higher level basically means reading and understanding the things, okay, whatever is present in front of the observer or the user. And the lower level processes familiar information rapidly in parallel with the higher level and without conscious efforts. So basically, your lower level processes familiar information, okay, which are related to the higher one. Okay, whatever information you will get from the reading and you will understand, so it is related to that one. Okay, so higher and lower level ऐसे तो categorize कुछ ऐसे ज़्यादा करते नहीं है, but as a यहाँ पर point था मैंने mention किया. So basically whatever you are producing, for example, uh, on your website, okay, it is one of the software or it is one of the tool where the people will come and interact. Okay, so let us say we have a website of a college. Okay, www.ac. agdc.ac.in. For example, you have this particular website, okay, and in about us, you have provided some information, okay, regarding your college, regarding the establishment of the institute, regarding the establishment of the trust and all that. You have provided all the information, okay. So while showing or while showcasing all those information on that particular about us page, you have to produce the information in such a way कि आपकी सारी information क्या हो जाए, easily detectable हो जाए, easily understood हो जाए, easily readable हो जाए by the person who is observing. Okay, so this is simple. The information the user is looking at, for example a machine hai, for example, so this is a machine, okay, or this is the mouse, okay, and for this particular mouse अब मुझे इसको क्या करना है, इस माउस को मैं जैसे ही यूजर में देखूं, तो by looking at this particular mouse I can easily see, okay, on and off. On the back side of this particular mouse you can see on and off are written. Only this information was written. No need to write like that. Okay, switch this button on, switch this particular button to on or to off. Okay, तो इतना बड़ा statement लिखने की जरूरत नहीं. Okay, how the information is going to be processed on the product. Okay, तो वो चीज कैसे होंगी, वो चीज भी डिजाइनर को डिसाइड करना होगी. Okay, अगर डिजाइनर वो चीज डिसाइड नहीं करेगा तो फिर कौन करेगा, कितनी इंफॉर्मेशन आए, कहाँ पर आए, कैसे आए, each and every. Okay, so information processing. Then learning. So learning is the process of encoding in long term. I told you in the beginning only that the process of converting information, the process of converting information from short term memory to the long term memory is called as learning. Okay. So when you do one thing again and again, when you do one thing again and again, then it becomes your learning. Okay. When you do one thing again and again, then you will remember about this. You heard and you have practiced that okay, two ones are two, two ones are two. So how much time you have told in your childhood? Okay, two eights are 16. Okay, so two eights are 16, two eights are 16. So you have you have repeated this particular statement number of times so that it has gone from your short term memory to the long.
ओके, तो ये आपका, ये आप,
Okay, ये आपका शॉर्ट टर्म मेमोरी से लॉन्ग टर्म मेमोरी. तो ठीक है, बेसिकली व्हाट इज लर्निंग. Learning is nothing but converting information from your short term memory into long term memory. When you do the things again and again, then it will be then this particular information will be going to the long term memory. Okay, so a design developed to minimize human learning time can greatly accelerate. Okay, so this is one of the characteristics which every designer must have. Okay, learning capability, learning characteristics hona chahiye, so that it will be easy for the observer to understand, to correlate, to read the things. Okay, and do accordingly. Okay, the next is mental models. Even these terms are, you need to remember these terms. Okay, if I say you what is learning, okay, so at least you should remember about learning. Okay, what is learning and what you can write inside the learning. Okay, so we have next one, that is mental model. Your mental model is simply an internal representation of a person's current understanding. अभी मेरे हिसाब से, for example, uh, Pythagoras theorem. Okay, okay, we have one concept, that is Pythagoras theorem. So Pythagoras theorem, according to my understanding, according to my mind, okay. So I have one stand. Okay, I have one thing in my mind, and the Pythagoras theorem is nothing but this one. Okay, तो उसका डायग्राम और उसकी सारी इंफॉर्मेशन मेरे को मेरे दिमाग में. ठीक है, so this is my mental model which I have created for the Pythagoras theorem. Okay, if there is something, अगर कभी जो मैं सोच रहा हूँ वो अगर सही नहीं है, और अगर कभी फॉर एग्जांपल अगर कोई एक्सपर्ट बनता है, उसको अगर मालूम, तो उसके मन में एक मेंटल मॉडल अलग है. ओके, तो एनीथिंग वी कैन टेक क्या एग्जांपल ले सकते हैं आप लोग. मतलब एन ऑब्जेक्ट या थिंग, ऐसी थिंग जिसका जो है ना मल्टीपल उसके यूजेस है, उसके मल्टीपल यूजेस हो सकते हैं. वहां पर जो मेंटल मॉडल बनेगा, दैट मेंटल मॉडल विल बी डिफरेंट इन ऑल द पीपल्स माइंड. Okay, each and every person will be having their own understanding, their own internal representation of the person's current understanding. ठीक है, तो जो representation जो रहेगा अंदर वो सबका अलग अलग है. Okay, so that is nothing but a mental model. Mental models are gradually developed in order to understand something, explain things, make decision, do something, or interact with another person. So basically, mental model अगर दिमाग में रहेगा, so you can interact with any other person also. Okay, you can explain about that thing. Okay, you can make the decision based on that particular information. Okay, you can do something. You can do something. Which is related to that particular thing. Okay, and you can interact with the other persons. Okay, so for example, this is an object. Okay, so I have a mental model in my mind. Okay, I have a mental model regarding this particular mouse. Okay, so according to me, imagine I do not know the use of this particular mouse. Even I don't know this is a mouse. Okay, I will treat it as a paperweight. Okay, so according to my situation, my mind situation, according to my mental model, what is this? This is just a paperweight. Okay, I'm just trying to give you an example so that you will understand about this mental model. Okay, so I don't know this is a mouse. Okay, okay, we can have a lot of objects. Okay, of different use. So I have one object in my hand right now. Okay, so basically this is a mouse. As I know, this is a wireless mouse, but I'm using it as a paperweight. Okay, so I have a representation of this particular object in my mind. In that case, I can use it. I can use this particular object for paperweight. Okay, so when I'll be having a lot of papers, then I can put this particular mouse on those bunch of papers. Okay, someone from your side, okay, you'll be having idea about this particular mouse. Okay, this is a mouse. Okay, and surely it will be having wireless adapter also. Okay, so that wireless adapter, with the help of that wireless adapter, I can make use of this mouse. I can sit to the long distance. Okay, I can sit far away from the laptop and I can make use. I can use this particular laptop. Okay, so another person having different mentality about the same object. Okay, so the representation, object representation will be different for different people. Okay, for different object. Okay, so ऐसे mental model बनता है. Okay, so अब जैसे कि मैंने ये वाला जो ऑब्जेक्ट है, ये मेरे माइंड में इसका जो मेंटल मॉडल बना वो क्या बना, पेपर वेट. ओके, सो पेपर वेट है, तो मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ, सामने को बोल सकता हूँ. ओके, पेपर अगर कभी उड़े तो पेपर वेट रखने का. देखिए अपने पास पेपर वेट है, अब ये पेपर वेट रख दी, एक्सप्लेन किया मैंने सामने वाले को. आई कैन मेक द डिसीजन. पेपर उड़ के जा रहे हैं, 2 4 5 उड़ के चलेंगे, सबको लेके एक जगह कलेक्ट करूंगा एंड आई विल पुट दिस पेपर वेट एंड दिस आई विल पुट दिस पर्टिकुलर माउस ऑन दोस पेपर, bunch of papers. I make the decision also based on the mental model. I can do something. Okay, जो मैंने अभी किया, उठा के मैंने पेपर वेट रखा. ओके, अगर कभी किसी को मारने का है तो उठा के मैं आई कैन ट्रीट इट एज अ पेपर वेट. तो पेपर वेट उठा के मारते भी है, तो लेके मैं किसी को दे के खींच के मार भी सकता हूँ. सो आई कैन मेक यूज ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर ऑब्जेक्ट. ओके, आई कैन इंटरेक्ट विद, मैं सामने वाले को बता भी रहा हूँ, आप सब लोग को बता भी रहा हूँ. ओके, दिस इज एन ऑब्जेक्ट, वी कैन यूज इट एज अ पेपर वेट. ओके, अगर पेपर उड़ते रहेंगे तो उसको हम लोग उसके ऊपर रख के पेपर को उड़ने से बचा सकते हैं. ओके, सो आई कैन एक्सप्लेन टू एनी अदर पर्सन, आई कैन इंटरेक्ट विद द अदर पर्सन. ओके, सी जैसा मेंटल मॉडल हमारे माइंड में है वैसा मैं उसके हिसाब से रिएक्ट करूंगा, उसके हिसाब से मैं एक्ट करूंगा. ठीक है, सो इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड द ऑब्जेक्ट क्लियरली and to understand the object clearly and do accordingly. Okay, so this is all about the mental model. Coming to the next one, that is movement control. Movement control is basically the controls or the tools which are given in the machine. Okay, if I talk about the computer system, okay, the things which are written in this particular topic, under this topic, is related to the computer system. Okay, if I will take this particular object, पहले चलो ये पढ़ लेते हैं. In computer system, movement includes such activities such as pressing keyboard keys. Okay, so I have all the keyboard, I have all the keys on this particular keyboard, so I can make use of this. Okay, I can move my cursor from right to left by using the left key. I can move the cursor from left to right with the right key. Okay, so these are the movement control. Moving the screen pointer by pushing a mouse or rotating a trackball. Okay, so I can make use of this and I can move my cursor from one location to another location. Okay. According, human can control this movement depending on his or her need. Okay. So basically, movement control, it is all about the information, whatever is there in our mind. Okay. How we react to those information. Okay. So movement control, they have given example of the computer system only, but we can take and we can apply the same thing to the interaction in the field of interaction. Okay. कैसे हम लोग apply करें? We can move our information as per the need. Okay. Wherever it is applicable, we can make use of those information and we can use accordingly. Okay. So movement of information should be done, and movement of information should be done in such a way that okay, there will be a positive interaction between the actor and the object. Okay. So this is all about the movement control. Then coming to the next one, that is skill. Okay. स्किल होना चाहिए एक किसको बोलते हैं, एक डिजाइनर के अंदर स्किल्स होना चाहिए. स्किल्स इन द वे मतलब कि all those skills which are required to interact with any object, or I can say मतलब जो भी whatever is needed, whatever is required, all those information, all those skills are needed in order to design any product, any model. Okay. So the goal of human performance is to perform skillfully. Okay. So basically, if somebody is having skill, then he can perform. अगर नहीं है तो नहीं perform कर सकते. The essence of skill is a performance of actions or movements in the current time sequence with adequate precision. Basically, आगे तो बहुत सारे इसमें details है, but the main focus, the main point is that कि uh, the designer must have good amount of skills so that the interaction between the object and the actor will be successful and will be good. Okay. और कुछ point, individual differences. Individual differences like अब जरूरी नहीं कि हर एक के पास में सेम स्किल हो. All can have different skill. Okay. So it is not mandatory that all the designer must have the same skill. Okay. मैंने उसको characterize भी किया हूँ, like human characteristics is that we differ in, it may vary in looks, feelings, motor abilities. What are the main abilities? What are the major skills, or I can say strong abilities, strong skills, intellectual intellectual abilities, learning abilities, and speed. Okay. So this is all about the human characteristics. देखिए ये सारी जो characteristics है, so these characteristics will be different in the different design or in different human. Individual differences complicate design because the design must permit people with widely varying characteristics to satisfactorily and comfortably learn the task or job. In order to complete the job completely, successfully, satisfactorily, what designer should have? The designer must be having good amount of skills so that it should not complicate the things. Okay. तो चीजों को क्या करना है, हम लोग को कॉम्प्लिकेट नहीं करना, बल्कि चीजों को थोड़ा सा रिजॉल्व करना है, इश्यूज को रिजॉल्व करना है. सो दीज इंडिविजुअल डिफरेंसेस, ये जो पॉइंट एक्चुअली बेसिकली ये कहना है कि it is possible that people are having different amount of skills for the different domain, but maximum skills attain होना चाहिए, maximum skills होना चाहिए, so that what will happen कि ये जो हमारा काम है, जो हमारा जॉब है, ये satisfactorily होगा और मतलब कि comfortably होगा, सब कुछ ऐसा होगा. ठीक है. तो individual differences. So these all are about the human characteristics in the design. ये सारी चीजें होना चाहिए. Okay. So जिसको हम एक बार repeat कर लेते हैं क्या क्या है. Okay. So एक बार थोड़ा सा रिवाइज कर लेते हैं. ह्यूमन इंटरेक्शन विद द कंप्यूटर तो हो गया पहले टॉपिक. We came to the second one, that is human characteristics in design. So we started with the different characteristics of a human being, which is used in the design. Okay. So for designing purpose, these are required, these are needed. So the first one we have gone through is perception. Okay. So perception is the awareness or understanding of element. Okay. Or the elements of the object which are surrounding that particular element. तो एक परसेप्शन होता है ना, एक माइंडसेट बनता है, तो वो हमारा परसेप्शन हमको करके आना चाहिए. Then regarding memory, so we must have a good amount of memory. We must have sensory memory, short term memory. हर किसी में होती है, but अच्छे से उसको आना चाहिए. Short term memory and long term memory. Then sensory storage. Okay, so sensory storage is basically depend on the sensory memory. तो जो information हमारी वाया डिफरेंट हमारे सेंसेस के थ्रू आती है, तो वो हमारी सेंसरी स्टोरेज में जाती है. Then visual acuity. Okay, so the clarity in the vision. Then foveal and peripheral vision. Foveal means direct focus, and peripheral the focus on the element which are present nearby the object. Okay, that is the peripheral vision. Then information processing, the information whatever we are presenting, that we have to process in a very good manner, so that it will be there will not be any kind of complexity. Learning process of converting your short-term memory into long-term memory, that is by means of repetition, it is called as learning. Then mental model, dimag ka model. Moment control, moving the information where it is required, kahan se lena, kahan dena. So we correlate all the domain. So उस हिसाब से moment control. And skills, then individual differences. Okay, so these all were the different characteristics which are required in a human in order to design a product, a model. Okay, whatever you are designing, so these all are the needed and must required. Okay, so we have gone through these. Coming to the next one, I think the time is over, but still, only 4 slides are there on, and all other tables only. So let me explain you, not explain, just go through the tables which are given to you. Okay. So the next topic is human consideration in design. कभी कभार 5 marks के लिए 10 marks के लिए एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन आते हैं. Human consideration in design. So these are the different consideration, uh, different aspect which we can consider while designing any product, any model, any software. Okay, so these are the general consideration. Okay, the first table is regarding user knowledge and experience. Second is regarding users task and the needs. Okay, and then user psychological characteristics, and the last one is user physical characteristics. Okay, so they have categorized into 4 consideration. Okay, human characteristics, sorry, human consideration in the design. पहला वाला जो टॉपिक था वो क्या था, ह्यूमन कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स था. ये क्या है, ह्यूमन कंसिडरेशन, क्या क्या कंसिडर कर सकते हैं ह्यूमन का. ठीक है, यूजर की नॉलेज एंड एक्सपीरियंस. द वेरी फर्स्ट टेबल शोज यूजर नॉलेज एंड एक्सपीरियंस. सो दे हैव गिवन जनरल टर्म्स एंड जनरल, क्या बोलते हैं ना, एक होती है नॉर्मल वैल्यू, एक होती है हाई वैल्यू, एक होती है लो वैल्यू. आपकी जो पैथोलॉजी जो रिपोर्ट होती है उसके अंदर होता है ना, एक आइडियल वैल्यू होती है, हायर वैल्यू होती है, लोअर वैल्यू होती है, उसकी जो रेंज होती है, वैसे कुछ यहाँ पर इंफॉर्मेशन दिया है. लेट अस सी एक ह्यूमन का यूजर नॉलेज एंड एक्सपीरियंस. ओके, तो उसकी जो रीडिंग लेवल है वो लेस देन 5th ग्रेड विल बी कंसिडर्ड. ओके, मतलब इसके नीचे वाली कंसिडर नहीं करेंगे. 5th to 12th ग्रेड, मोर देन 12th ग्रेड. तो बेसिकली जो रीडिंग लेवल है, मतलब कि रीडिंग एनीथिंग ओके ऑन द प्रोडक्ट, ऑन द सॉफ्टवेयर, तो उसका जो लेवल है वो लेवल उसने जनरल लेवल दिया है. टाइपिंग स्किल, अगर एक्सपर्ट है तो उसकी 135 वर्ड पर मिनट, गुड है तो 55 और एवरेज है तो 40. एक ऐसी कुछ रेंज दी है. एजुकेशन, हाई स्कूल, कॉलेज और एडवांस डिग्री. तो इनमें से किसी न किसी की तो रहेंगी. हाई स्कूल की रहेंगी, या अगर बोलेंगे हाई स्कूल भी नहीं है तो फिर क्या कंसिडर करना उसको, उस पर्टिकुलर डिजाइनर को कंसिडर कर ही नहीं सकते. ओके, then native language, the native language must be English. Okay, so that we can have a good design which will be reputed for worldwide. Okay, use. And task experience, level of knowledge of job and job task. Okay, so the level of knowledge of job and job task. So basically you must have a knowledge of the job task, okay, which are assigned. इन्हें जो जॉब मैनेजमेंट होता है Okay, the job is given to you. The job is given to you. You have to complete your job within the time limit, and then you have to report like this. Okay. So if you have any experience in that kind, then it is to be considered. Application knowledge, high, moderate, low. कि किसी कम, किसी की ज्यादा, किसी की moderate हो सकती है. So all are considered. System की knowledge, high, moderate, low, all can be considered. तो ये जनरल थिंग है चलिए. Users task and needs, lifestyle for I think ये उतना required नहीं है. Job category, the job category can be executive, manager, professional, secretary, clerk, और नीचे हमारे प्यून, ये सब लेवल है. ठीक है, तो जॉब कैटेगरीज में इसको काउंट किया जाता है. Turnover rate, high, moderate, or low. So these are the value in which, so these are the units basically in which we can count. Social interaction using verbal communication है या कुछ और है, तो verbal communication तो होना ही चाहिए, so that जो जितना verbal communication करेंगे डिजाइनर लोगों से, तो उतना उसका एक्सपीरियंस मिलेगा. ओके, तो सोशल इंटरेक्शन होना चाहिए. Then task importance, high, moderate, low, for the job or the task which has been assigned to a designer, कि उसके अंदर कितनी एक वो है importance है job की. Okay, so it can be high, can be moderate, can be low. So based on that, it can be he or she can be considered. Then user psychological characteristics, दिमाग से. Attitude क्या होना चाहिए? Attitude हाई एटीट्यूड होना चाहिए. एक डिजाइनर का एटीट्यूड कैसे होना चाहिए? यू एज अ डिजाइनर यू मस्ट हैव अ गुड एटीट्यूड. ओके, मतलब हाई एटीट्यूड नहीं होना चाहिए, गुड होना चाहिए. वी कैन से पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड, और वी कैन से न्यूट्रल एटीट्यूड, और वी कैन, एक किसी का हो सकता है नेगेटिव एटीट्यूड भी हो सकता है, बट नेगेटिव चलेगा. ठीक है. मोटिवेशन, हाई, मॉडरेट, लो, द वैल्यूज कैन बी कंसिडर्ड. पेशेंस, पेशेंस और इम्पेशेंस, सब्र है बेसब्र है. स्ट्रेस लेवल, हाई, मॉडरेट, लो. एक्सपेक्टेशन, काइंड एंड रीजनेबल. तो ये सारी की सारी साइकोलॉजी का रिलेटेड है. देन लास्ट वन, यूजर्स फिजिकल कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स. एज, एक बुढ़ा एकदम 90 इयर्स का जिसको अच्छे से दिखता भी नहीं है, आप उसको रखोगे एज अ डिजाइनर? रखेंगे? नहीं बोलता तुम, नहीं रखेंगे हम लोग डिजाइन. क्यों? बिकॉज वी नो दैट कि उसकी जो फिजिकल कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स है वो मैच नहीं करती एक डिजाइनर की पोस्ट की. ठीक है. तो एज, यंग, मिडिल, एग्री और एल्डर, तो उसमें से कौन सी रेंज है? देन जेंडर, मेल और फीमेल, नाउअडेज थर्ड भी होते हैं. सो हैंडेडनेस, लाइट, राइट और एम्बीडेस्चर्स, एकदम अजीब सा वर्ड है, इवन आई डोंट नो अबाउट इट. तो डिसेबिलिटीज, ब्लाइंड, डीफनेस, डिफेक्टिव विजन एंड मोटर हैंडिकेप. भाई हम तो सब चलेंगे क्या बोले? नहीं चलेंगे हम लोग को. ब्लाइंड है चलेगा नहीं, सुने नहीं आता चलेगा नहीं, विजन क्लियर नहीं है, एक्यूटी नहीं है विजन में, क्लैरिटी नहीं है, चलेगा नहीं चलेगा. मोटर हैंडीकेप, मेजर कोई हैंडीकेप चलेगा नहीं चलेगा. सो दीज आर दी डिफरेंट डिसेबिलिटी. तो ये सारे के सारे ह्यूमन कंसिडरेशन है जो कि हम लोग के एक ह्यूमन में, मतलब एक कंसिडरेशन तो सारी रेंज की है, बट उसके अंदर कौन सा चलाने जैसा है, कौन सा चलेगा और कौन सा नहीं चलेगा, दैट इज अप टू द ओनर. ओके, सो एक डिजाइनिंग के लिए ये सारे कंसिडरेशन, जनरल कंसिडरेशन मेंशन. ओके, तो इसमें टॉपिक में कुछ ज्यादा दम नहीं है, बस आप एक बार गो थ्रू करेंगे ना चारों टेबल, तो आप लोग को समझ में आ जाएगा. ठीक है, सो यू कैन इजीली, आपको याद रखना है ये पॉइंट्स, और उसके बाद में आप लोग को ये लिखना पड़ेगा अगर एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन आए. ठीक है, इसको थोड़ा सा आप लोग को मैंने यहाँ टेबल के फॉर्म में बताया हूँ, आपको उसको सेंटेंस के फॉर्म में लिखना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, सो द सेकंड टॉपिक वाज ह्यूमन कंसिडरेशन इन डिजाइन. ओके, सो हियर वी स्टॉप. Let me stop the recording first.